Hello, everybody. Darwin Fortuna here, Fortuna Flow. So, as you guys probably already know, Solana got hacked yesterday. Solana got hacked yesterday, and you will wonder why, how, all of that. So, the way that Solana got hacked, there is all of these different wallets and all of these different mechanisms by which somebody can create some wormholes and things like that, where they can actually go through and find wallets and take coins and things like that. So it's hard for me to actually explain how it happened, but long story short, it did happen. It got hacked, and we saw some big liquidation happen yesterday. Now, that being said, if any other coin loses as much money as Solana lost, which was 4.5 million, I believe it was, yesterday, it would have gone to like nothing almost, right? Relatively quickly. But Solana actually bounced right back up. The team that's behind Solana immediately worked in creating some sort of way of restoring the network, of stopping the attackers. And the entire team saw when the Solana wallets were getting drained, and they went right on and immediately began creating different mechanisms. One thing that happened because of that is that some of the servers that run Solana, that maintain Solana, were actually shut down in order to slow the spread of the attack. And that happened. But all of you that follow this channel know that Solana is one of my favorite coins. I am a die-hard believer in Solana. It is one of the fastest, if not the fastest network for processing transactions. Like, it processes more transactions than, American Express, the MasterCard and Visa all combined probably. So it is one of the fastest, if not the fastest, network to process transactions per second, and that makes it one of the most vulnerable to attacks. So, and it's also almost feeless. One thing that Solana is trying to do, the team that's behind Solana, is actually create a fee so that no bugs and bots can actually go in and try to just do transactions, because it will cost so much money for them to do all those bundles of transactions that will actually, basically mess up the network. So they're trying to work on that. There's a whole lot of work to be done on Solana. But that being said, it recovered relatively quickly. So going through the market right now, this was the big liquidation move that we saw when Solana got attacked. I said that I didn't see Solana going below $40. The $40 right here was a very strong support. But that being said, we were having a little retracement, which I said that we were going to have. And then we bounced right back up. And that was completely within the realm of what I was expecting. That was what I was expecting. But the liquidation because of the hack was something I wasn't expecting, right? That's something nobody could ever predict. So that being said, any other network gets hacked and it goes really, 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 really down, really bad. This one, relatively, I wasn't concerned. I wasn't concerned about what happened because it was pretty friendly, I would say. So let's say we were at the top there and this is the bottom. It was an 11% liquidation. And then what do? We bounce right back up. So Solana has been bouncing right back up. There was some other liquidation, and then it went back up, bounced support back again, and we've been bouncing off of those two red lines that you see that I have drawn as lines of support. Those lines of support were created here, right after we got the interest rates increased. We bounced right back up on top of it, and we've maintained ourselves right above it. It was here. This was one of my buy sort of locations here that I had before. Not for you, no financial advice, just what I'm thinking of doing and when I'm thinking of doing it. But we did bounce right back up, and we have a good momentum. All right, so I keep saying to you that we have already bottom. And if so, what do? I would say, personally, what I do, I wait for any pullback to buy more. I don't buy on the way up, I buy on the way down. So whenever I see something like this is an opportunity to buy, because I do know that we're going to bounce right back up, and form a series of higher highs and higher lows. So right now, we form a higher high, we form a higher low. What's next? You tell me, right? So we will likely bounced right above 40, which I don't even have a trend line at 40 because I have it at 39.93. But I think that there is a good possibility we're going to break right through that, and we're going to begin to create more support on the $41, $42 levels. We did have strong bullish momentum over the weekend, and we went as high as $46.53, which is something we haven't touched in a very, very long time if you count, right? Relatively, since July 19th, we haven't been above $46. Okay, so that's that. And then all the way in June is the last time we ever touched any of those levels, all the way probably in May. Okay, so I am on the 45-minute chart, and as I said, right now we're having some strong bullish momentum. We found support in here. We created a bottoming tail. A bottoming tail is this right here. Typically represents price exhaustion on the downside, and that a reversal may come. But you gotta watch the volume, and you gotta watch the RSI. So the RSI right now broke through our level of 20 on the 45-minute and is going up right now. This right here typically triggers for me a buy order, and when it goes here and is about to bounce right back down, it creates a sell order. Doesn't always happen. This one is a beautiful one. As soon as you see it coming down, you sell. Here, as soon as you see it going up, you buy, right? So you would have bought and you would have been waiting. This I would have probably not sold. So this one wasn't validated. It never really completes 100%, but that's what I would have done personally following the stochastic RSI method. Let's go through Ethereum. Ethereum has been having a lot of bullish momentum. And remember that light green line that I have created? That wasn't like super strong resistance. It has not really been super strong resistance, but I did have it there as a level that if we turn into support, it would be very bullish. And it is at 1645 or so. We're turning that back up, and we're moving right back up. I believe that the merge is causing a lot of momentum in the market, and that Ethereum, because if you see the charts, Ethereum has been one of those coins that has maintained an upward momentum ever since we bottomed all the way back in June 18th, 22nd or so. All right. So Ethereum right now is consolidating along this line. And what's next? We really have to turn the 1700s into support. We just have to turn the 1700s into support. Okay. There's just no question about it. We have to. So we are having some momentum. The merge is set to happen next month. So we are right on schedule. Okay. In no time we can get to $2,000. In no time we can get to $2,000, which is the levels I'm seeing: 1710, 1788, 19, and 2000. I have nothing on the 1800s. So if we're able to break above the 1788, we are going all the way to 1900, in my opinion. Okay. Let's look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin right now has maintained a support level above 22,000. That is very bullish, and we've touched it 1, 2, and 3. 3 times we've touched it, and we've maintained ourselves there. If we weren't able to break through it, then it means 1, 2, 3, we're going up. That's it. This is a triple bottom. In fact, it's almost like a 4 bottoms, because touched it here, went back up, touched it here, went back up, touched it here, went back up. So the 22,766, 22,700 is very strong support, and we've maintained it ever since all the way back in July 28th. We touched it back on the 2nd, we've touched it back on the 3rd, and we're maintaining it as support. So we've turned that into support. As long as we don't break on the downside, we are bullish, we are positive. Let's end it today with Ethereum Classic. Ethereum Classic has maintained an upward momentum for several weeks now. We did bounce back, but on the big scope of things, right? It's important to zoom in and zoom out. We were at the 24, 22 level and have a parabolic move. Typically, when we get a parabolic move like that, we consolidate and find support. We found support right here, okay, at the $33 level. Now we bounce right back up. we got it turned the $38 into support and then go into the 40s. So now I'm gonna be watching that. Any movement on the downside I see beyond this, which I do not expect, it will be a buy opportunity. But right now, if you didn't buy all the way back there, you just need to wait for a pullback. And this is a pretty good pullback. This is a pullback, not a recommendation of where to buy and sell, but this is a 26% retracement. Okay, 26% retracement or so. Actually, I wasn't counting from where we are right now, but it will be a 20% retracement. I think that's a good one. Okay, so now a lot of people sell right at the top. It's really hard to predict the top. So, but I always tell people there's nothing wrong with collecting some profits along the way and setting yourself some rules for when you're gonna buy and when you're gonna sell. Okay, I keep using the 45-minute chart. This is the chart I like the most. I like these candles. I make them big, I make them small, I move around and make sure they make sense. Right now, there's just not a whole lot of volume in the market. There was some volume yesterday, but this is very, very minute, very, very quiet. So we're just waiting for some positive news to come up. And next week, there's going to be great news, or very impactful news in the positive or negative way. And it has to do with whether or not we have peaked on inflation. Inflation is a 9.1, and we're going to be getting the reading from July on August next week, and we're going to see where we are. Let's see what happens. I believe we're going to be heading down. That's my call right there. We're going to be heading down on our inflation, and that's going to create movements of anywhere from 10, 20, 30% on the upside. So these coins are all very, very oversold on the big time frame. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Stay tuned, more content's coming. We're working. Darwin Fortuna here, licensed architect that happens to invest in crypto. Never financial advice, but I'm here entertaining you, guiding you, and showing you what I'm doing to create financial freedom. Follow me on that journey. Bye.